The Inception dream and a grain of truth behind the hit 2010 movie. Hello, Kyle James Lee here with the Aegis Alliance. 2015 and 2016 were rough times in my life when I was going through some mental health problems. In April and May 2016, I was at the Cerritos College Hospital Behavioral Health Facility in California. The 2016 presidential election primaries were happening around that time. In present day, I've been doing a lot better in life, but at the start of July in 2022, I began vaguely recovering the lost memories of an event that occurred during my stay at Cerritos College Hospital in 2016. Then, at the end of July in 2022, it all came back to me, and I vividly recovered the lost memories of a very realistic long dream. And what occurred when I suddenly awoke? It's not often that a person will recover lost memories, let alone much of a forgotten dream. It's almost as though someone or something hid this memory away from my own self. When the vivid memories returned to me while I was sitting in my backyard, I recall telling myself, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. But why was that my first reaction? What I've dubbed the Inception dream was the most vivid and realistic dream I've ever experienced in my entire life. I was actually able to feel things, emotions, reactions, and even pain. There were 3 agents wearing gray suits who were my teammates, and I was wearing all black. I wielded my curved oak greater staff that I crafted for myself in real life, but it had a whirlwind swirling around it. And these magic orbs of life energy, much like the different colored orbs of materia from the well-known video game Final Fantasy VII, swirling around it, and my staff had superpowers. I recall getting into a battle alone against a man who also wore black clothing. The man told me that this fight was not to the death. I fired a whirlwind at him that briefly scraped up the man's body as the man in black began rushing toward me with swiftness. I jolted aside at the last moment, swung my staff at him a few times, but missed each time. Then we got into a fury of quick fighting similar to the Dragon Ball Z shows. I managed to knock the man in black back a distance, then fired a whirlwind at him, along with a green magic materia that went along with it. The whirlwind hit the man and began scraping up his body, then the materia struck the man with a lightning bolt. It was enough to send him off the edge of the platform that had tall flowing grass and one tree on it with leaves falling like it was autumn. The man in black clutched his hands onto the edge to prevent him from falling to his doom. He pleaded with me to help him back up and reminded me that the fight isn't to the death. I rushed over to help him up. I managed to get him back onto the platform when the man deceived me and pushed me over the edge. Then I conjured a whirlwind beneath my feet that caught me and brought me back onto the platform. I vividly remember being able to see glimpses of my body at the facility during this event. My arms were flailing back and forth and my body was moving side to side, with my head shifting from side to side along with it. I called the man in black a trickster and unleashed the full power of my greater staff onto him. A beam of energy that sent him flying off the platform. I was sure I had just killed him, but then when he flew some distance away from the platform, a dark portal opened up in his flight path and he went inside of it, never to be seen again. I realistically felt everything in this battle, the pain of getting hit, the emotions of being deceived by a trickster. A leaf landing on my head that fell from the tree. The 3 agents wearing gray suits and I made it to this weird room. There were books laying around all over that looked warped and distorted in some way, and a nightstand with one of those round green glass-covered lamps on it. I looked over to my right and saw a big cat sitting on a desk. It had a big flat face, big eyes, light orange or beige in color fur, with gray stripes in its fur. I turned back to the 3 gray suit agents who told me this was the last room that leads to the way out of there, and that the cat is the gatekeeper. To go see him, I turned in the direction of the big cat, and when I did, he was staring me right in the face. I remember getting freaked out by it and realistically feeling the reaction of getting freaked out by it. The cat indicated that our mission had been completed by pointing to a door. We opened it, then found ourselves running through many doors and long rooms very quickly. Eventually, we approached a void area and floated into it. Then, my 3 gray suit agent teammates made it to the void first. I recall seeing smiles on their faces as a way of showing that we completed our mission. After that, I reached the void and suddenly awoke from my dream. I was back in the psych ward, panting heavily to catch my breath, warm sweat on my face. I immediately stared up at the ceiling. I thought, this can't be real, but no. There actually was the loud sound of helicopter blades coming from a helicopter on the roof of the building. I stared at the ceiling in awe at the loud sound of the helicopter that continued for another 10 to 15 seconds. Then gradually faded away as the helicopter was flying away. I imagine it was a black helicopter, but who knows? Most people don't recover lost memories, let alone recover much of a long dream that happened 8 years ago as of 2024. This was written in July 2022. I may have been used as part of a government special access program, because who's gonna believe a psych patient about this even if I told someone? Someone or something had hidden this memory away from my own self. There is a grain of truth to the 2010 hit movie Inception that I've now dubbed the Inception Dream. Aegis, and the Aegis Alliance, stands for the Activists Alliance for the Exposure of Government Intelligence and Secrets. We do not claim to be a leader of the Legion. The Aegis Alliance has anonymous allies.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and slap that notification bell.